Hello and happy Wednesday. I believe it is Wednesday. I'm StormTracker8 meteorologist Jessica Kirk here with the latest on what's coming up this weekend because, of course, that is at the forefront of everyone's minds. And we do have a couple of major updates that are going to be very important to the forecast and important to follow over the next couple of days. And once again, I am joined by the wonderful Mary Catherine, helping us out in case folks have questions and also to put some input out there for questions that I may not think how to ask. So we're also going to go through some tips and ways you can prepare coming up here in just a few minutes after we cover the forecast itself. So if you have questions, want to know how you can prepare, if you want to know snow totals, don't ask that one because I still don't have those answers for you. But I will go ahead and give a little spoiler alert that it may be that the snow totals the amount we get are the least of our problems. So unfortunately, Mary Catherine, this does not look to be a fun snowstorm.
Boo.
So
It's all your fault. No,
it's not my
I'm just
fault.
kidding.
Oh my goodness.
We're just friends here.
I do have a look first at our Viper satellite and radar. This is where we are at right now. That cold front that we see sweeping in. I don't know if you can tell, Mary Catherine, we have the giant cold front that's pushing over. That is not what's going to bring us our snow. We have a different system. So what this cold front is going to do, however, it's going to pull in the Arctic air and drop our temperatures so that we get the snow. So that's going to be really less than 24 hours from now. We're going to watch the cold front pass through. By the way, get outside tomorrow, okay?
It's going to be the warmest of days.
Warmest
Still freezing.
of as far as the eye can see. So Thursday afternoon, please, folks, please go outside. We're going to be looking at temperatures in the 50s ahead of the Arctic blast that's going to be pulling in. So there's my 2 cents and the only good thing I really have for y'all. Okay, there's our guy, low pressure way down by Texas. That is our little friend or not so much friend that's going to be pulling up towards the northeast and really wreaking havoc across many areas of the south. I mean, you can see the blue for snow. You can see the ice or the pink for some sort of ice or some sort of mix. And you get further south and they're just going to be dealing with rain. Now, this is starting to more and more become a Saturday night problem. So the good news is if you guys have some last minute things that you need to do on Saturday, if you want to run some errands, Saturday is definitely going to be the day to do it, really before sunset. That's when conditions are going to deteriorate. And you'll notice that Sunday morning, we're now seeing a lot of those pinks in the picture. And I believe that Mary Catherine has probably been through some of the ice that y'all have had. I believe you guys had a storm last year in February, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we did.
That's nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We are unfortunately trending to more of an ice situation than a snow situation. And so this is why we haven't released those snow totals. I do want to touch on this here. You'll notice we get to Sunday at 5 p.m. and now we're really seeing not just here in Central Virginia, but across much of the state, stretching all the way out towards the Tidewater and all the way further west, covered with the pink instead of the blue. So for much of the day Sunday, if not all day Sunday, we're going to be seeing that transition from snow to wintry mix, potentially snow to freezing rain. And for those who know, you know, freezing rain is the silent killer when it comes to our winter weather. It's going to look like it's raining, but it is, in fact, going to be freezing rain, and that is what's going to cause our major issues potentially. Now, some models are also dragging this into the very early morning hours of Monday, and so hopefully we'll see things wrap up by the time we get to sunrise on Monday. This is our latest on our weekend snowstorm map for you. We have our snow to freezing rain in the pink. So those are going to be the folks that, yes, you're still going to see snow. However, you're going to transition over into that freezing rain. That's going to impact your snowfall totals. So one of the things to remember, and this is a good thing to remember whenever you are tracking a major storm like this, I know that, Mary Catherine, you probably saw this. We all saw this. Snowfall predictions of 20-plus inches a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Here comes the truth a couple days later where we're seeing this is why we have not released a snowfall map yet. Because now that we have the possibility of seeing the freezing rain in the mix, that greatly impacts our snow totals because it's not all snow anymore. We're talking about freezing rain, and that's going to be coating on top of who knows how much snow we could see. If snow amounts could end up being minimal for many of us. It's really going to be the ice that could end up being a bigger problem. Now, if you head further north of Metro Richmond, north of Prince Edward County, up towards Buckingham, Cumberland County, Goochland. Those are going to be the lines where we're talking about y'all may only see snow. So this is our new weekend threat levels. And you notice that both snow and freezing rain are at the extreme level because most of us, if not all, are expecting to get that. And again, the freezing rain is the really bad thing here. And what this does mean is our power outages, the chance to see power outages has gone up significantly just over the last 24 hours as the models have trended further and further north, pulling us into the ice instead of the snow. Do we have any questions yet, Mary Catherine? Are we
No
good
questions.
So far?
I was just checking.
Good so far, as long as everyone's following.
Yes.
The biggest update really over the last 24 hours, in case you didn't tune in last night or this morning, is the increased risk of the freezing rain. Just as a recap, remember, all precipitation starts as frozen. I think we touched on some of this last week on an episode. So just a very brief recap. You have the snow where it's frozen all the way down. The sleet where you have a little pocket of warm air and then it's cold towards the surface. And the freezing rain is the one to look out for, again, with these winter storms. And it's going to look like it's just raining, but it's going to be that ice that's accumulating on branches, on power lines, on all surfaces outside, on roadways, all that good stuff. So that's really going to cause some potentially major issues. And we could see all three of those, freezing rain, sleet, and snow with the upcoming system. But again, freezing rain being the big one to look out for. So what happens is in that layer, a chunky layer of the warmer air, we're going to be looking at the potential to see all of that snow melt on its way down. And then we do have regular old rain high above us up in the atmosphere. But then once it gets to the surface, which our surface temperatures over the weekend, by the way, we're still expected to be in the teens and low 20s. Let me say that again. Teens and low 20s, Saturday and Sunday. We are going to be plenty cold enough to see this refreeze at the surface. So those are the big problems going into this weekend. And if you're wondering how likely we're to see freezing rain, again, to reiterate, we're now looking at the very, very likely for most of us, vast majority of us, to deal with that snow to freezing rain. Again, kind of a bummer, but that's where we stand. So big tidbits, big takeaways, Viper Alert Day for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Remember, Monday is going to be the after effects. Like, Mary Catherine and I will not be driving out to the bookstore on Monday.
So sad that we can't do that.
Go tomorrow, Friday, okay, guys? We're going to be looking at that freezing rain risk increasing. Power outages are now more on the likely side of things. And then our snow accumulation totals are still unknown. I'm so sorry. I still don't know exactly how much snow we're going to get. And that's
is that
one of
because the freezing rain is going to like smush down snow? Or
So when we do get anything like the sleet or the freezing rain, sleet especially, it's going to like compact it. Okay. And so the second thing is, whereas originally, 4 days ago, we were looking at an all-out snowstorm where it was snow for 36 hours. Now it may only snow for 6 hours, 8 hours, maybe less. And so obviously that's not a lot of time for us to get as much snow accumulation, because now we're looking at that moisture, and instead of it going towards the snow, now we have to account for a lot of it's going to be the freezing rain. And then we're going to be talking about how much ice have we got, a fourth of an inch, half an inch, but it really only takes a fourth of an inch of the ice accumulation to be detrimental. And if what we're seeing plays out, which is multiple hours of freezing rain, this could spell some really, really big impacts for us here in Central Virginia. And I do have here our article that we posted recently, which I'll, if Mary Catherine wants to touch on some of this as well. These are some of the action points you can take. And if you guys do want to check this out, of course, you can check this out on WRIC.com. It's tips from VDH on how to prepare for winter weather. These are all good things to do ahead of any snowstorm. But, Mary Catherine, these are good ones. Create emergency kits for your home and car. Mm-hmm. So, like keeping, I know water will freeze in the car, but even keeping like ice scrapers, please put blankets in your car. Y'all, if y'all have any plans this weekend, stay home first of all. But if you have to go somewhere, the extra blankets, the coats. I don't know if you have some of these in your car, Mary Catherine, if you have any other tips for what to keep with you in the car.
I mean, jumper cables, extra food.
Snacks are
It's going to be cold when you bite into it, but if you're on the side of the road and you're hungry, it's going to be just fine. So
Absolutely.
Make sure you have some snacks in there.
Yeah. And in terms of your home, make sure your smoke and your carbon monoxide detectors are working. Make sure that you put gas in your car. Guys, that's going to be huge. If you haven't, do it today. I'm doing it today. I know I told my husband to do it either today or tomorrow. Fill up your car. I already have almost full tank. I'm going to fill it up anyway. I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? And if you do have another heating source that you're going to be planning to use, first of all, touch up on generator safety.
Yeah, don't put it inside your home or garage. Don't do that.
Please. This is huge. I know it's going to be cold, especially if you lose power, but please, that's going to be extremely dangerous. Change your plans. People are like, I was going to go out of town this weekend. Don't. I'm so sorry. I know it's such a bummer, but it's like I think Monday is going to be extremely dangerous for anyone on the roads. I've driven in snow before, big whoop. I don't plan to leave at all. I'm going to be at the station. I'm going to be at a hotel. I'm going to be at my house. I'm not going to leave, That's my biggest recommendation just for safety. Make sure you have ways to receive warning messages if necessary. And then pets are a big one. Mary Catherine and I love our pups.
They're so good.
Bring them inside if you have outdoor pets, and also limit the time outside for
Put
the
a little
pets.
jacket on them, and maybe boots if you have them.
You may need to do
Watch their paws.
more frequent going outside, but for shorter amounts of time. Like, I'm not planning to keep my dog outside for more than 5-10 minutes tops.
I don't even do that when
So-
it's below freezing outside because it's dangerous for them.
Yeah, and I keep a towel by the door when it's really cold so I can dry them off, warm their ears up because they get frostbite, all that stuff. Check in with your family. Make sure your heat source is properly ventilated. If you have a generator, there's the generator tip, 20 feet from the home. Be careful with power extension cords, all that good stuff. I mean, this is just, just all stuff to remember, all stuff to think about. And we'll throw up the 8-day here before we leave, as long as there are no questions. Again, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, those are going to be our Viper alert days. Those are the days to look out for. Again, now we're looking at the snow developing Saturday evening. All of us are expected to get snow, and then a good bit of us looking to get the freezing rain going into Sunday, which is going to be, the big bummer. So, unfortunately, Mary Catherine, I was hoping, I don't want to say hoping to see a snowstorm because I know that'll ruffle
But
some
snow's a
folks'
whole lot
feathers.
prettier than ice.
Snow is a lot safer than ice,
safer
too.
than ice.
Yeah. So I don't want to create panic mode, but, my recommendation, I don't want people to go to the grocery store and buy out all the toilet paper. I'm just not the kind of person. But you may not be able to leave the house from Saturday through Monday. So if you need to brush up on some groceries, go get some non-perishables. Don't clean out the aisles. Think about your neighbors. You don't need 6 gallons of milk, people.
You don't.
Come on. you need 1, maybe 2 loaves of bread. Okay? Just get what you need. and I would recommend starting those preparations today. Make sure you have gas. Make sure you have some non-perishables if you need them. If you need to restock, only get what you need. Please don't panic, guys.
We'll get through it.
Yeah, we'll get through it. And we'll keep you updated with the latest. Of course, I'll be on for the rest of this week. Madison Ohms is here. We're in close contact with Chief Meteorologist Matt DiNardo. And we'll be here all weekend. I'll be here this weekend.
And real quick, at 3:30 today, John Bernier, former meteorologist here for over 40 years, he's going to join me on a special episode of Beyond the Forecast to talk a little bit about historic ice storms and just what he's seen and what kind of tips he can give from being in the industry for so long. So.
Definitely tune in for that. He has significant greater knowledge than I.
But also about everything. He just knows everything.
Yeah, he's incredible. I had the honor to meet him.
I'm excited to chat with him.
I had the honor to meet him before this. A lot of folks know him way better than I do. So speaks for itself. Yeah, make sure you tune in for that. Absolutely. There's going to be some great tips. And don't panic. Stay with us. And of course, we'll keep you guys updated. I hope you have a great Wednesday and get outside tomorrow. Do you understand?
I understand. I got it.
Go outside tomorrow. It's going to be the last one for a while.
All right.
All right. You guys have a great day.